Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. Welcome to Why We're Not Recording This, and welcome, Kate. Well, to be fair, there's no point saying welcome.
I'll take a welcome.
No, there's no point because we're in this together. I mean,
Yeah.
co-hosts and all. So no. Yeah, welcome, I guess.
Welcome, Nick.
Thank you. But yeah, this is why we're not recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess first things first. How was your week?
Week was good, Week was good. And then today, I have like Fridays is like my day to make and to do all that kind of stuff. And I think today I kind of realized that like maybe kind of, not necessarily subconsciously because that word, there's a lot. Maybe it was like an anxious. We do. It's like it's one of those words. I'm trying to understand what that is. But yeah, maybe it was like a little bit anxious. Maybe I was anxious this week.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Especially today. Like today I had plans that didn't quite go to plan. And it just threw,
You and I too had drawings that I should have submitted.
Yeah. And then I think because of that, it just threw me out of sync a little bit. But the week was good. I have no exterior complaints.
Yeah.
Just like internal complaints.
Actually, like, did you get the car sorted?
The car got sorted. I did my first MOT like a real adult.
Yeah.
Car's fine. But all the brake discs need...
So
your face makes me think it wasn't fine.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah, they said all the brake discs are worn. So,
Jesus. So you're just rolling around with no brakes?
Well, yeah. She was like, brake slower, you'll be fine. And I said, yeah, cool, I got it.
Okay. So MOT passed?
MOT passed. That is good. They didn't wash it though, so I still need to wash the car, which gives me car wash anxiety.
To be fair, it's funny because I was looking at it thinking, did they wash it? They didn't wash it. Is it because it's cold? Nah. Nah, you ain't. Okay, fair.
Yeah. But my week in a nutshell was past MOT, maybe some slight anxiety, just some adult stuff. How was your week?
I mean, like I've been flat out. Like I've been running on coffee and medication, I guess. Yeah, let's put it like that. Yeah. Yeah. How's the week? Honestly, it's just a big blur. Shit, why am I still wearing these? I'm still in work mode. See, that's what I mean. I'm still in work mode. Like, but nah, week was okay. Lost my rhythm a couple of times. Like, just because, well, based on my routine anyway.
Yeah.
But
how did you lose your rhythm? And then how did you re-find the rhythm? Because it's tricky doing that. We all do it differently. How did you do that?
Like I said, it's time to reflect. But let's say, lost the rhythm. But, it's funny because it's almost as though when I don't start my morning how I usually do, that's when the rhythm is lost. And then after that, it just feels like I'm chasing my tail. Okay.
Right. So lay out the perfect morning. Lay out the morning.
Like, oh, shit. Okay, let's see. What's the usual routine? So get up at like 6 and then do my stretches. It's funny because like I said, see with the stretching in the morning, I know a lot of people talk about it, but like, well, based on what I watch or whatever. But like, I watch animals, because have you ever realized, like just be around the dog or whatever, before he gets up, like just, so I guess, not that I picked it up from animals, but like it kind of emphasized it. Yeah. Let's say like that. It emphasized the point of stretching. Just from watching animals. So yeah, I stretch in the morning.
Yeah.
And then freshen up. And then do my lift in the morning at like 7. So that's about an hour to play with.
Yeah.
And then, it's all quiet, no music at that time, to be fair. Just because it's like, I just woke up.
Yep.
And then jump in over, lift, coffee, come back, read from like, to be fair, the reading thing, like I told you, I think last time we spoke, like I wasn't reading much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
we all know we should read, but it's hard to.
No, it's a time for me. Like I used to read quite often when I used to get public transport, and you know how much I hate it.
Yeah.
So we're talking like 8 years ago. I used to read often 8 years ago. Shit. 8 years ago.
Perspective. Damn.
Shit. Yeah. But yeah, that's when I read a lot. That's when I used to live in Didsby. So it was like, all right, cool. Bus into town, bus back. So that's about an hour reading.
Yeah.
Back and forth. But then since back in the car, I feel like there has been no time to read until I allocated it, just because I thought, well, I mean, you know that a lot of shit happened. So it was like, all right, cool, new chapter, let's move shit around. All right, cool. Yeah, move shit around. So yeah, did that. So yeah, morning routine incorporates stretches now. Part of the new
But
thing.
it's like active stretching, isn't it? Because I know you're saying that you take that from animals and stuff. And I feel like when you wake up,
you actually just said it. Take it from animals.
But like everyone stretch, like whether you understand it or not, everyone stretches. But like if you're actively, do you know what I mean? Like giving yourself the time to actually stretch. It's like that first stretch is just so.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bliss, and then it's kind of done. You're kind of done. You just go straight into it. But really, we need like a good, like little chunk of time to just
be fair, like the
limber.
stretching. I think I do a stretch now maybe like twice a day, and sometimes 3 times. That's at night time. That's if I'm not like turned or you know what I mean. Well, not turned. You know what I mean. Like, yeah. So yeah, but not like so. Yeah. Boom. Morning. That's it. Like come back, read, and then work time.
Does sound healthy now. And I hear about your mornings. They do sound healthy, and you say it like it's just a regular thing. But like,
yes, but see that's like that's. You know, I actually reviewed it today. You know, like cool. I thought, you know what? Because not that I was beating myself up over it. It was like, shit, I've been slacking. You know. Then I thought, actually, in the grand scheme of things, so in a month, if I slack maybe 3-4 times, that's like 90% of the time. So it's like, that's a good result, you know. Like I'm in the A grade.
Yeah.
So like to be fair, that's a win is a win.
A win is a win. So you did that thing where you kind of like negative self-talk, but then you kind of have to just be like, pause. Do you know, before you go off on this thing where it's like it wasn't productive and it wasn't pause. Actually, like reflect. Like think think about it.
I tend to do that. Like, I feel like I need to do that just because you can get stuck in a spiral.
100%.
And that just helps getting things into perspective. Like,
but we've got to do that more often. Is that pause thing? I think for me, that's why this week has been, especially today. It was just this weird day of like, okay, right, let's color the picture a little bit more. Yeah. I was supposed to go and draw some type on like one of those electricity boxes. Yeah. And for whatever reason, like of no fault of any kind of human, like it just didn't end up happening. It just didn't end up being realized. But I planned the day out. Yeah, solely around that like activity. It was like I'm gonna jump on my bike, I'm gonna cycle down, I'm gonna pick up some spray paints along the way, and then I'm gonna do it. And for whatever reason, didn't happen. It just threw me out. I was thinking, I was like, what do I actually do with the day? And I spent so long thinking about what to do with the day that it's dark. Like it's gone. It's like it just happened. Yeah. And I had to pause and be like, why did the day just kind of run away? And then I was like, God, that's such a waste of a day. But like it's one day in a week. It's good to know that. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I that's how I reviewed it in my brain. Well, to me, like I said, a win is a win. So it's like, all right, cool. Actually, sorry, I lost my football.
There's a ball.
I'm still kicking balls. Sorry, that's me. But so, and then obviously work. So I'm going back to what we started off in terms of how my typical day, and then obviously work, and then because that's another one. Like, see. Because I played football on Sunday. Monday, I was aching. I felt like, whoa, I'm really unfit in terms of like aerobically. Because like lifting things or like staying in shape or whatever, I do that routinely. Like that's fine. Yeah. But like after playing football, I was like, shit, I'm unfit. Like
pause, perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was aching. That was another one, which kind of, not that I was shooting myself some bail. It was like, no, in the grand scheme of things, yes, I did slack. I did play football. I was aching. So it's okay. It's all right. It happens.
How long, do you know that thing where you're like, shit, I'm unfit? How long did you let that like dance around your brain for?
Not long, because it's almost like, you know what I need to do. If you identify something, it's either, are you going to fix it or you're going to let it slide? So
that's why I think you're a fascinating human. I know you're going to be like, it goes to my brain. It's going to my brain. But this is why I feel like you are really, what's the word? Like, do you know what I mean?
No,
you're articulate with it. I know, yeah, okay. You're like articulate with your thought process. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm so unfit. I'm not going to play football again because it's a painful reminder that I'm unfit.
No. Because I feel like I didn't hold my own during football. Scored a few goals in terms of, like, sorry, this is football talk, but like in terms of statistics, it's all right to score the goals, but if you don't have a good game, well, as far as me, it's like I didn't have a good game.
Yep.
Like so many loose passes. Yes, I scored a few goals. Kudos. But like, I didn't necessarily feel like I played my game.
Yeah.
I felt like I was chasing the game more than playing my game. So funny enough, I actually went for a run this morning.
This is what I mean. You're like, okay, not fit. I didn't play my game, so I'm going to do something about it. So you kind of like find solutions to the problems. Also, what you said about I feel like I was chasing the game, not playing the game, kind of metaphorical for like the bigger picture of things and just
but like that was actually like, to be fair,
yeah, that's genuinely like a football thing. But like
Yeah.
if you apply that to other situations where it's like, you know, like, okay, this week, a little bit of anxiety. Today didn't really go the way I planned to go. Kind of felt like I was chasing the day. Do you know what I mean? Chasing the day. Then you can kind of do stuff to like.
To be fair, I was chasing the day today. Like I told you, my week was just a bit. Yeah. But a win is a win, like I said. Mentally, I told myself, you know what, it's all right.
Highlight of the day was the tiniest highlight of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we live and we learn, so I'm saying. And also, this is another thing, right? I feel like if going back to breaking the routine and feeling like I find myself then chasing that.
Yeah.
It's a weird one because it's not even like intentional. Because even if you do catch up and be like, you know what, I'll let this fall on the wayside. It just does, it ain't like that for some weird reason, or maybe it's just my brain.
We'll say that again. What do you mean?
So if like this week, maybe twice this week, I didn't necessarily go by, it sounds militant, by my routine.
Yeah.
So I felt like the rest of it I was chasing, even if, like for example, it's like, all right, cool, I didn't read. I can put that aside.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Let's move on from what typically happens around this time. But I feel like I'm off my rhythm already.
When, like, what day of the, like, what part of the week did you feel like Monday? Do you know what I mean?
No,
like,
on the day that I feel like I miss a routine, I feel like the rhythm is off.
Yeah, okay. But, and then what? Because I know exactly what you're talking about. And then what? So you didn't read today. You're going to cram that back in?
No, see, this is like, no. This is funny because this goes back to your day based on what you were supposed to do and how you had planned it out. So this is now coming back to your creative side in terms of like what you had to do was creative. As far as me, when I have those days, it's almost as though it's borderline a write-off.
Go on.
Because it's almost as though the day's just going to disappear. Like, oh shit, I feel like I haven't done much.
Yeah.
But in terms of on your side, it's like I need to be creative. So in the sense of me, like I said, I'm editing Sarah's music video. So when that happened, it was like, shit, oh fuck, it's already 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, oh snap, I didn't look at the video. Oh well. So it's almost as though, so when you're forced in that situation where you're supposed to do something and get it returned by then, do you force it in like, no, we need to stay on the plan?
But it's hard to force that creative process sometimes. And going back to that, it's like, so today I had this one goal, and now like the more I'm thinking about it, I had creative thought processes around it. So I solved that problem creatively in my mind, which in turn meant that I didn't actually physically do or make anything today. I didn't really make anything. I just contemplated it so much, and then it was like, damn, okay, I've not really done that much today, but like the creative problem solving in my mind brought this something interesting, because it was like, I had this plan. I'm going to go and paint on this box. I'm going to go make something. And like, I'd sketched it out last night. I stayed up late last night just sketching it out. And then that didn't happen. So it was like, where was the backup plan of the day? Like, if I had this window of time on a Friday, like where was the backup plan?
Do you feel like you need to have the backup plan?
Well, yeah, because today just crumbled before my very eyes. Like, it just happened. And it was like, oh, okay, that day happened. It wasn't that productive.
Yeah, that's kind of.
So it would have been good to have been like, okay, like let's say the box doesn't happen, then we're gonna do this instead today. Because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym instead. And then I was like, it's like 3:30. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like 3:30, and then I was like doing these weird. I don't really do this, especially not with the gym. I just go to the gym when I need to go to the gym. But today I was like, okay, so like. It's 3:30. I even got my stuff ready. And for whatever reason, because today was just slow, by the time I had all my clothes kind of laid out, it was like 3:45, like 10 to 4. And I was like, okay, so now it's kind of like we're branching into the evening time. It's going to start getting busy. And it was just, I feel like I fueled the day with just excuses and reasons why I shouldn't do things, and then I'm gonna come see you. So like, you know what I mean? Maybe by the time I'm finished,
your head was out. So your head was on the result.
Yeah, because like we need to process the day. So in order to do that, we need time to process the day. And it was just excuse after excuse as to why not to do something.
Yeah.
And then here I am talking about the fact that today was kind of, it didn't need to be.
Yeah. See, when I get stuck in that rut, it's like, for me, it's like, all right, you know what? Do whatever whatever you feel like doing right now, just do it right now.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes that gets me back to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But, or maybe not even gets me back. It's almost like I feel all right with it. Because it's like, at least I tried to be present.
Yeah.
So if I was meant to be lazy, don't want to call it lazing around, but like chasing your day, then it is what it is. But like,
it shouldn't be this lazing around.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in the world now, especially on like social media, which is like, you've got to give yourself these days of just self-care. You need to just pause sometimes. But then it's like, I have goals that like require every single moment. Every single moment needs to be used properly. And so that idea of like, well, just take it easy and it just sounds like an excuse to not do something.
You know what? That's what I'm stuck on. Because it's almost like, is it an excuse? Is it not? Is it an excuse? Is it not? Or like, once again, that's why I'm like, actually, I guess I was being present. So like, that's my bail. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Nice. Okay.
It's almost like, at least that's my bail.
Yeah.
Like, you know how little it is. It's like, the problem, I can't say ours, but it's like, if I just think, fuck, I'm going to do press ups right now. I'm just going to do that.
Oh, so you're this immediate, let's just do an immediate thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's almost like, what?
Immediately.
Like, just do whatever, just that. Immediately.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, I could have done this, I could have done that. You know what? Because it's almost as though I get stuck on what do I do next? You know what? Just do whatever pops into your brain and see what happens.
I like that.
And that's where I'm like, you know what? If I stay to my ideal routine for, let's say, 25 days of the month, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, those numbers are good. There's
that's what I mean.
Percentiling.
Well, I guess that's how I made myself feel better. It was like, you know what? I guess I did things that I felt like doing there and then. It's like, okay, you know what? Just like the running, it was like, I know I'm gonna go for a run this morning.
I really like that. I felt unfit in the game. I'm gonna go and run. It's literally a good thing to do. Metaphorically, you can apply that to so much.
Well, now I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna time myself because I did it. I felt comfortable. It's like, didn't feel so bad. Yeah, no, it was alright, wasn't it? And then when I got back, I read. Like that's what I mean. Today was one of the days where, you know what? I kept up to it.
What did you read?
It's the same book that I'm reading. It's The Leader Without a Title. Or The Leader Who Has No Title. Damn, what is it? It's lingering somewhere.
Why do we do that with books? Reading the same book for so long. It's like, what's it called?
Sorry, I'm going to
understand the premise of the book. That's fine.
See, it's right. Yeah, The Leader Who Had No Title. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Is it doing anything since you've been reading it? How long have you been reading it for? And is it?
I think I'm halfway through, if not 3/4. But is it doing anything? It's one of those ones that like emphasize my hypothesis, but at the same time, it's annoying. Well, it's not annoying per se, but it's one of those ones like, okay, example, Leader Without a Title. It's like in my work today, I was working late. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Trying to execute the deadline, even though I low-key shortchanged myself in terms of completing the work. Granted, we are like borderline short-staffed at work. Yeah. Everyone was busy, and it's one of those ones that it's like, you know what? I'll take it. It's my scheme. It's my site. Yeah. It's the one that I'm managing.
It's yours. Like this one is your project.
So going back to Leader with No Title, it's like, you know what? I agreed. It was my word. So let's execute it. Yeah. So essentially, okay, still recording. Just checking. But anyways, yeah. So it's like Leader with No Title. So now let's apply it to work. And me applying it in work means like keeping my word. Now going back to my routine, I agreed that routine with them 3 niggas in my head. That we happy. We all have like them 3 niggas were happy with it. So them 3 niggas I'd like to think they.
Who are the 3? Who are the 3? We're not gonna go into. Go on.
Like I feel like that's my spirit because I'm trying to find it or listen to it more. Then there's a physical and then there's a brain. Yeah.
Spirit, physical body, the brain. Yeah. And you're different. So physical. Physical
is a nigga that felt unfit the other day.
And the brain was like, let him know where to fit right now.
Like the brain. I feel like the brain is the one that's like always looking for the thrill, for something exciting, and it's easy to manipulate. I mean, it's manipulated by outside stimulus, like whatever we see outside. Next thing, the brain goes elsewhere. So it's like no. So now it's like, all right, let me differentiate between them. Let's find out how that goes. I only started doing this year. It's like shit. I feel like I've got 3 voices rather than 2.
It's kind of a smart thing to do, is just to try and separate those things, whatever title you give them. And that I feel like I'm doing something totally different to that, because I'm just trying to listen to whatever stream of consciousness is the loudest. It's just an amalgamation. I'm aware of all 3 of these entities.
I'm trying to balance them out. You know? Balance is good, balance is great. I'm trying to balance. Well, I'm curious. I guess it's part of the human journey.
3, you're talking about separating the brain, the spirit, and the physical. I'm talking about having all of them active at one time.
So, okay. I guess I started analyzing that maybe this year. Maybe on my birthday. Who knows? But anyways, because previously, I always kind of considered the physical and the brain. And for some reason, there's that quieter voice, because I feel like the physical just follows the other 2, which is the spirit and
the
brain. Now, the brain gets excited by anything, anything that gives it any sort of stimuli.
It's the senses, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but the spirit is a quiet nigga. That's. I feel like I could be so wrong about this, but shit.
Now you're
going into my brain. Now you're going into my brain.
The brain's like, you talking about me?
Yeah. See,
but you can't really be wrong. There is no right and there's no wrong answer.
I feel like the brain is the nigga that dwells on the ego, that loves, the best pals.
Tame that little bitch. Tame the ego.
But
as quick as possible. Of course you do, but tame it.
It's almost like the thing that does all the calculations, and the body's just the physical's just gonna follow what the brain thinks, right? But the spirit, I feel like that's kind of tied in with the universe. I could be so wrong, but
assume you're not.
That's a comforting factor. Yeah, let's put it like that. So I feel like that's a comforting factor in whatever I do or whatever decision I make. The spirit's like, no, it's cool. We were meant to be here. And then it's like, convince the brain that it's okay. Yeah. The physical's thinking, it's cold as fuck.
Yeah. The physical's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Thirsty now. Like this, it's kind of childlike. It's like just basic needs.
And then the brain's gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Like, can you smell that food?
But the brain can also be like, but we're fasting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but see, I feel like that's a spirit.
Interesting.
I feel like that's
so the spirit makes the decision too fast.
Exactly.
Okay.
The spirit, I feel like the spirit sets the tone. Because, if you give in to food, right? Let's say you give in to the food and you eat. You're going to be like, I was so hungry.
Physical.
Yeah, physical. The brain's going to play, next thing, the spirit's going to be like, but you didn't execute what you set out to do. And then the brain, because the brain is party up with the ego, depending on your mood that day, it might turn out like, yeah, he's right. You fucked up.
But who's to blame there? Because
that's the spirit. The spirit's that's what keeps you from spiraling or being depressed. Like, I did this, I did that. But the spirit's then going to be like, no, it's fine. That's the nature of the universe. Yeah. But
because the spirit's disciplined.
Yeah, it's so disciplined and so mad.
Yeah. Disciplined as all hell. The brain and the physical body. I quite like this 3 now. I feel like I need to give them names at some point. But I think they're interesting niggas. Because sometimes when you just sit in there and something just seems, I could do that. And then the body's like, go for it. That's a good idea. Exactly. And then that's when the brain starts negotiating with the spirit, like, actually, no, he's right. It's been a while. It's like, but think about it. It's been a while. Yeah. It's all good. I mean, we've gotten this far. That's the brain trying to negotiate with the spirit. The spirit's thinking, that's not all we set out to do, B. This is not the journey we... Okay. I'm just gonna...
Sorry.
My ego is like, I'm just gonna bring this back to me for a minute. This is my ego now. So in applying that is where I've been today, stuck between brain and the spirit. Spirit is saying, get up, go and do something. Go, like, do
that's
something,
why.
anything. The brain's like, but, you know, this week's been like, I've done a lot this week.
Yeah.
You know, I could just chill here. I could just like be kind of kind. And then the physical body is literally just sitting there like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know.
What are we doing?
Make a decision. Like, who's actually steering the ship? No one was steering the ship today.
Exactly.
All three of these entities, bless the physical, because the physical was like, I'm ready to go. just sitting in the car like, are we gonna like, and the brain and the
what
spirit,
now?
the brain and the spirit are just like bickering parents who just sort of like, do something now. No, don't, like, you'd be fine. Like, maybe you deserve this time to just kind of chill.
Yeah.
Put some music on, watch something. Spend 45 minutes making a salad, which I actually did today. I spent 45 minutes.
45?
Chopping.
Must have been nice.
It was bang average. Like, it's just so average. But yeah, like, that's, when those three are in conflict, nothing gets done.
Yeah. That's...
I like the three. I'm gonna borrow the three.
Yeah. Like I feel like it's, well, to be fair, I feel like I'm learning to just like do that. And that's why I then decide, you know what, I'm just going to do whatever I'm thinking now. Because sometimes you might find that the spirit's just saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's when it's like, brain, try to be present. Mm-hmm. It's almost as though if we operate in this realm too much, then we've quieted down this aspect.
Yeah. Phones do that.
Yeah. So it's like that's why it's like I said, when I'm going through a day where like there's some sort of disturbance in my frequencies, that's when it's like, all right, you know what, let's just reset, just do whatever you're thinking now. It's like, all right, you know what, let's marry up the brain and the physical in a good way. Yeah. Maybe the spirit has a say in terms of what we should do right now. Because it's like, all right, cool, you know what, like bang out the whatever press ups.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, just go watch this video.
It's about finding that power button, isn't it? Like the reset
like
button.
Something to just like bring it back to equilibrium where
and maybe it's just to shock the physical.
Going back to winning the morning or winning the day. It goes back to like sort of bring it back to equilibrium, because that's when I feel like one is winning the day. Yeah. When they're all in agreement. Yeah. So it's because
that's something that I quite like. That's something that's only a question I feel like me and you give each other if we're like texting or whatever. How was your morning? Did you win the morning? Yeah. That as a question. Yeah. I just absolutely love, because you can kind of figure out how your day is going. If it's kind of like, I kind of won the morning today.
Yeah, to be fair, it's funny because, well, maybe that's just my brain on this side. Yeah, I lost that ball a long time ago.
It's at my toes, like, okay.
It's all right. But I feel like since we've been doing that, it's almost every time you say it, it's like another step back. So now it goes back once again to why I don't answer your phone calls. It's not that deep. I just feel like when it's important, I will answer it. And thankfully, so far, it's oh shit, there's no wood anyway. It's all meant to. Oh yeah, no, I got it. But like, I don't miss the like urgent calls. I feel like sometimes that's a spirit. That's me trying to operate in that realm. If that makes sense. That's when certain things just happen.
Yep.
And I feel like that's when you're a little bit more present. I feel like I'm topic hopping and I'm all over the place.
No,
like, that's just how my brain operates.
Let's just do it then. Can we just talk about phones for a minute? Not even just like phones, because it's not even a phone. I thought we call it a phone. It's so dumb because it's not a phone anymore. It's like, it's everything. Like all your information's in there. I have notes in there, which is like, if I lost my phone, I lost my notes. There's just so much in my notes that's like my dreams in my notes. I have just things that people say around me, just interesting things. Awesome. They're everything. But for a minute, let's just talk about messaging, because I am just trash at messaging. Messaging back. WhatsApp right now. I weirdly feel guilty because like there are so many messages that I've not replied to, like conversations that I just can't, that I've not had, that I need to have, that I haven't had. Like, if you message me and it's immediately important.
If you're in my plans, or if you're somewhere in my subconscious, I'll attend to it.
Yeah, I feel like it's the most selfish thing I do. Beautifully selfish. Like, I think where it's like, that sense of urgency through a phone, especially through a text, it's not real. And so if I don't reply to it, and then I'm probably going to forget about it as well. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me feel a certain way. I can't articulate how it makes me feel, but like, apologies if anyone's actually I'm just breaking the fourth wall, but if I've not messaged you back,
it's not that deep.
I know, it's not that deep.
It's calm. Like, don't sweat it. No, to be fair, I feel like it's a strange one, right? I feel like that's perfectly fine, because I feel like that's how humans filter themselves through.
No, go on. What do you mean?
Okay, so what I mean by that, if you catch feelings from that, like, okay, here's the thing. On the basis of things, you know my intentions, or I like to think people that I interact with know my intentions.
Yeah.
In terms of, I'm not doing anything maliciously or to get back at you or whatever.
Yeah.
So coming back to a text message, if you text me and I don't reply, I'm not mad at you. It's not that deep.
Yeah. But what if that upsets the other person? Not because they think you're mad at them, but what if they just assume that like you're ignorant or you're do you know what I mean? Like do you like,
know what that
sounds like?
It sounds like self-esteem issues, and self-esteem have this word self, which means it's to do with you. It's kind of none of my business.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like kinda is not. So like,
well, if you think about it, it's absolutely none of your business. How someone else's self-esteem isn't your actual business.
It's not necessarily like you need to be at peace with yourself. Yes, I mean, like, once again, going back to intentions, I don't think I approach anything maliciously. So, and well, at least, it goes back to treating people how you want to be treated. So that's basically it. So if someone doesn't respond back to me, it's not that deep. And usually I take it as a sign. Now I'm over here trying to think, like maybe something else should be happening. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. It's like, you know what? I'm going to try to be excited by the moment. If you're not replying at that particular moment, it's not compulsory. And to be fair, maybe you weren't ready for my text. Maybe
I think that's so important.
Like maybe your brain wasn't there yet, or to even consider that. I mean, we all live in, right? I can't be selfish, like, and think, someone's waiting on me.
Yeah. But that's the weird thing with phones, because there is no like, okay, you stay in a hotel, there's a thing you put on the door where it's like, do not disturb. Okay, actually, no, that's so stupid, because there's a do not disturb thing on your phone where messages can't come through at all. But it's not about no messages coming through. It's about like because with the phone, it's just like, it feels like there's just a sense of urgency with every message. Ping! Like as soon as a ping comes through, we naturally react to that sound. My shit stays on silent. Yeah, same, to be fair.
My shit stays on silent, and I want to say to follow your spirit. And one way of me following my spirit is I look at my phone when I feel like looking at my phone. If I don't feel like looking at my phone, or I'm just living, I'm living. Yeah. And peace be with you. And I mean no harm. It just means right now I'm living. Yeah, I mean no harm. Hope you're doing the same over there. And like I said, usually when it's actually an important phone call, I usually answer. So that actually encourages me to keep doing my shit. Not that I'm like doing my shit as in ignoring you. Like sometimes it's like, you're not ready for the message, you open it, like, oh, for fuck's sake, why did I open that? Now it just redirects my whole frequencies. Yeah, it does. Exactly. So now, if that exists, I can decide when I want to read that. And for me to be in the right frame of mind, goes back to the 3 niggas. They need to be unison whenever I'm trying to make a move. Yeah. Because when I'm not, I can tell that, oof, something is off. Like, going back to football. Like, when I have a good game, everything is easy. Yeah. It's like
with the rest of the day, you mean, or are you talking
about going back to just football? Yeah. Like if I feel like I'm playing my game, it's whenever everything comes easy, or everything that I try, and I try different shit, it just works out. It just works out. It's almost as though it's almost as if you just float with the frequencies. You're just in your bag. So I try live in my bag. So if my bag is not telling me to look at my phone, I'm not going to look at it. Not that it's telling me don't look at your phone. No. It's like, no. It's focusing on what I should actually do. It sounds weird as hell. It's like...
But that's a tricky thing. So you look at your phone when you want to look at your phone. Totally get it. But then because a phone's not just a phone anymore, so it's not just a communication vessel. It's like, oh, what's that song? Do you know, what's that song? I need to put it on a playlist. I'm going to pull my phone out. Immediately on the screen, it's like, oh, I know there's like 9 messages I need to get back to, and I will do that. But right now, I just need to add this to a little playlist. I just need to pop this on a little playlist.
Do you know what tendency I have? Sometimes, right, I'll unlock my phone, swipe down, clear.
I can't do that because I feel like I'm going to forget stuff. But then I forget it anyway. Like, I'm going to forget it anyway.
I wasn't meant to remember all the notifications. Then I wasn't meant to remember it.
Because I turn notifications off Instagram. So if you message me on Instagram, like, it's not going to come through on my phone.
Because,
And then it would be so much more peace giving to just turn notifications off for anything. But then what if it's an emergency is the only thing I think, which just feels like bullshit. Because if it's an emergency, I don't feel like, based on my track record, I don't think you're going to try and get in touch with me.
First of all, you're stressing yourself over something that hasn't happened.
I know.
So if I'm trying to get out of that realm, I'm not going to try and make things happen needing to check my phone.
Yeah, solve problems that don't exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, because now you're just suffering from anxiety over something that hasn't happened.
Yeah, that's today. That was today.
Like, nah. Like,
would you say, right, should I actually just turn my notifications off on my phone? Do you know what I mean?
If you want.
Well, I think I do. No emails, no texts come through. I have to
I'ma do what I want. living, I'ma do what I want. So yeah, I mean, do it.
Maybe I should.
Follow your spirit.
Okay.